do you know how hard it is to wash your hair in a sink? Like, even a big sink. I mean, I guess it must be really easy for people with short hair, or at least shorter hair than mine, but for me, it's next to impossible and super awkward, especially when you're exhausted and bending over that far makes you feel like you're gonna fall over and crack your head and die. um, I had a great day and one of the best nights in my exchange so far. I think the best night of my exchange so far. And I just hope that I won't get in trouble for talking at 20 minutes till 1 in the morning. But I'm not the only person talking there. A bunch of people in the hallway talking. So I don't think some girl talking to her computer in the room, in her own room, is going to be that much of a problem. um, so this morning, we woke up bright and early at 8 o'clock for breakfast. um, Another girl had to wake me up. Actually, she didn't have to because, people were moving. The walls here are pretty thin. People were moving around outside and talking, and it's not even my bed at my house, it's not my bed, so I, wasn't, like, totally asleep, I think, you know. And it was light in the room. Like, here, you turn off the lights, and it's bright, because of the street lamps outside and the lights in the hall, and there's like a window over the door. And so you pull the curtains, and there's still light coming in from the hall. And one of my friends figured out how to turn off the hall lights, but if that happened um, last night, it was after I was already asleep. So anyway, so we woke up bright and early for breakfast, which was good. Um, and then we, went to a meeting, and this weekend so far, it's been a lot of rules, and, they're basically all the rules we went over in our outbound orientations at home, and then, they sent us rules to sign for coming here and for getting our visa, so they're basically the exact same rules, but a little bit more area specific, like, they talked about certain things, but the main thing that they talked about is this place called the Carre, and I'm probably saying it wrong, but I'm too tired to care right now. Um, and the Carre is this, like, square, I think, in Liège, where, okay, I have to put this straight. Every Wednesday in Liège, um, a bunch of the Rotary students get together and basically go after school and basically go party all afternoon. And so Wednesdays are kind of a big thing. And it kind of sucks because Liège is 2.5 to 3 hours away from Arlon by train. Um, so, and even longer by car because you have to deal with traffic. So I'm gonna go this Wednesday because it's Newsies Wednesday because the Australian and New Zealand kids have been here since, for 6, 7 months. So, we call them oldies and we're all newsies. And so that's when the oldies show the newsies around. And so it's like extra party, extra fun. And, so I'm going to really try to make it this Wednesday, even though it's so far away, but I don't think I'm going to be going for every Wednesday. I'll probably go for big events, for big deals like this Newsy Week, and if I really have a blast, I might try to come like every other week, every third week, every fourth week, something. I'll try to come, but it's so far away. But anyway, um, some of the rules that we went over here that we didn't go over at home were about the carre, which is the square on the edge, and there have been problems with students being too loud and too rowdy, because they're too drunk, which I'm not going to go to Liège and get drunk. I'll say that right here. Um, but, I would still like, you don't have to drink. Not all the exchange students drink. It's not that big of a deal if you don't drink. So, but there have been problems. So they set down some rules about the carré that, obviously, they wouldn't put down, they wouldn't give to your parents. Not because they don't want your parents to know that some students go out and drink, but because it's really area specific, and some of these strict rules were only put in place like last year. One thing about the carré is that they have this like agreement that 6 or 8 students need to sign, saying that they'll keep an eye on the other students. So they're like some of the responsible people, usually the oldies, and they sign it and they say, yes, we'll keep an eye on all the other students. So if any of the other students get out of hand or, have too many drinks, more than 2, which, is not that big of a deal. So it's not like everybody's totally drunk all the time in Liège. But, so if a student's having too many drinks or is causing too many problems, the students who sign this contract will, tell them to stop. And if they don't stop, they'll be blacklisted and they won't be allowed to go to the car anymore. No more party for them. And so, we talked about that. And we talked about rules. And then we went out for, a quick sightseeing thing because we're all in the city and it would kind of suck if we never got to see any of it, except for the students who live here, obviously. And so we walked around a little bit. We went inside a cathedral, which was amazing. I took a bunch of pictures. I hope most of them aren't too dark, but I don't have my camera, so a lot of them aren't as good as they could have been. And then, we had lunch. We talked more about rules and about stuff, and I think we're gonna hear more about Wednesdays and the carré and things like that tomorrow. Hang on, I'm gonna post this in 2 parts.